good, y'all, man? It's been I don't know how long it's been. Maybe a month. Has it been a month since we've been going?
Has it been a month? That feels about right. It went kind of fast too.
Yeah, it did. It did. A lot of moving around, like literally.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
How's it going, bro?
Man, everything's good, man. I'm glad we got another chance to get back on and pick back up with Crosswalk, man. Was definitely missing it and glad to be back on with you, bro.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I think that a lot of people, or at least for me, a lot of people were kind of talking to me on the side, and they were like, "Hey, y'all still doing it, or like, what y'all gonna do?" So I think people, I mean, at least a few people. We got our hardcores. We got Sean in here. We got Vincent in here. We got Maxwell in here. They was checking for us, so that's what matters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So well, we got the first week of college football out of the way. It was a rough week.
For both of us. For both of us.
It was, man. It really was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it started off bad for me, and then it filtered right on to you.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And
But
man, like, whew, the internet, bro. The internet just was ruthless this past weekend too, as to be expected.
yeah, I mean, when you're winning a lot, the minute you lose, like they gonna let you have it for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Let's dig into this first one because it goes right into this.
Week one of the college football season always brings surprises, but this year felt different, like the balance of power might actually be shifting. So let's put it this way. What was the biggest shockwave of week one? The kind of result that makes you rethink who's really a contender.
Yeah, man. So yeah, we can go right on into it, bro. What do you think? Do you think that anything was revealed? Anything that we didn't already know, or was it just week one was just crazy?
I think the biggest thing was just the shock of the Alabama game. I think that was probably the biggest thing of the weekend. Um, Maybe Arch Manning having, the week one jitters on the road, but I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I don't know how anyone could have expected him not to like face some a little bit of adversity on the road, defending national champions. They lost a lot of pieces up front. It kind of was expected. But I think, at least for me, watching the game, you can see Texas got talent everywhere. Like, they are going to be fine. Arch is going to grow up right before our eyes. And by the end of the year, they're going to be just fine. The defense, like Matt Patricia, threw a lot at him. He deserves a ton of credit with that
Mhm.
Ohio State defense. I personally enjoyed the game. And I think the big you could see in the big matchups the teams that are like going to be there, like Ohio State, Texas, LSU, Clemson. All four of them definitely looked the part on Saturday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that people. I mean, there was a lot of hype that went into Arch. I mean, obviously his uncles, his granddad, and just the pedigree that kind of follows him, and so it was a lot. It definitely was a lot. And then, like you said, going to the OSU like first game out the gate, like that's crazy. I mean, and they played like the way that they kind of dulled down the playbook a little bit. It just, I mean, I guess people thought that he was just gonna come out firing, like he didn't have anything to
Mm-hmm.
lose. Whenever this
Mm-hmm.
is a big, program. He's got a lot to lose, and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people drives on the line based on the decisions that he makes. So he was checked down Charlie for a lot of the game, and it was a lot of handing off. But when he
Mm-hmm.
did open up, you can start to see some of those throws that he can make, and some of the things that make him such a intriguing prospect. But I didn't think it was going to be 14-7.
Yeah, like I think I was even saying it on the stream to like before
Yeah.
before the game was starting. Like, I was expecting to be a low scoring game. I didn't think Sark would come out very aggressive with a freshman quarterback. And I'm gonna be honest, from what I saw, a lot of the mistakes he made are very fixable, very fixable. Ohio State was just changing the picture on. They giving one look pre-snap, and then the ball gets snapped. They're in a totally different look, and he just got to process the information a little bit faster. And I think at the end of the day, like, he's gonna be fine. If you look at Eli's first start in college on first start, you see Peyton's first start, the numbers look just like how Arch's look. So I think he'll be just fine.
Yeah, I think so too. I definitely think so. The more he gets comfortable, and definitely him playing teams who don't have that level of pedigree, some defenses that aren't as good, it'll give him a little bit more comfortability to kind of get into his bag. But let's talk about Alabama though.
Man, I was hoping we would just I was hoping we would just gloss over that and just go to the next story, dog.
But what happened?
Bro? Like, I've watched some videos about it, man, and really it's a few different things for me. Firstly, up front, the lines of scrimmage, like Florida State won the line of scrimmage the entire game. Like, our defensive line did absolutely nothing. We couldn't block their defensive line, so respected them. They got the job done. And just the effort on defense was what was the biggest thing. Like, our program like leads with the defense. Like, even if the offense doesn't show up, the defense is going to show up. We're going to be physical. We're going to fly around. And you just didn't see much of that.
Yeah.
And we gotta get it fixed. We gotta get it remedied for sure. And hopefully, we can definitely do something about it.
So what I've been hearing, I mean, obviously if Alabama loses a game, it's going to be a big story anywhere. What I've been hearing a lot of is that their head coach, Kalen DeBoer, he is a really good coach, but a lot of people have been talking about the fit. They're saying that he's too much of a nice guy, too much players coach, and those types of things show up in games like this. Do you think that that's the case, or do you think that they're kind of jumping the gun?
I mean, for so long, man, seeing Nick Saban do it a certain way and having the success that he had, when somebody comes in and they face a little bit of adversity and they're doing it a totally different way, people are going to be like, hey, like, this is an issue. And I get it. Like, like the fans have been spoiled for, when you think about it, for quite some time with a lot of wins. And, like, you gotta go through some bumps when, you're replacing the greatest coach to ever do it. And I don't care who you replace him with. Like, you are gonna have some hiccups. That's just the name of it. And you got to get through it, because people forget Nick Saban. We lost to Louisiana Monroe his first year. So I mean, we got to keep it into perspective. Like, yes, I understand, but all the goals, everything is in front of you. You got to rebound, make the adjustments, and come back and let's get ready to play.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I hope that, and not even really a hope. I know that they're going to be on track. I know that, the further we get into the season, it's going to be business as usual. Alabama is going to be where they always are, and Texas is going to be where they always are as well. And perhaps at the very end, when we get to that SEC championship, we'll see what's up. So, but another game that was a little surprising was the TCU North Carolina game. Bill Belichick's debut. And you were live streaming that one. And that one got out of hand real fast.
Man, I saw a meme last night, bro, and it literally said the score is looking like the age gap between him and his girl, dog. Like, the internet was like ruthless, dog, for real. Oh man, did you see it?
No, I didn't see that one,
bro. The internet does not miss every time, bro.
Jeez.
But yeah, like I was definitely surprised to see that game get away from them so fast. And
Yeah.
that's just kind of how it goes in sports, man. When one thing goes wrong, it just starts to snowball. And once it starts to snowball, it's kind of like there's nothing you can do at that point. And TCU, like that game got out of hand like very fast.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, that was unfortunate. I mean, now me, being a Dallas Fort Worth person, I'm gonna go with TCU. 9 times out of 10. But I did want to see Bill do well. I want to see Bill do well. But yeah, it felt like they just couldn't stop the run at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, which is probably close to another team in Dallas that's probably going to have problems stopping the run. But yeah, I feel like that was a major problem, and I don't know if you can just patch that up from one week to the next week.
I don't know either. It's going to be a uphill battle, and I definitely can relate to it. So I definitely feel the pain.
So I'll put you on the spot real quick. Like, what game or games stand out for next week to you?
The big game for me is an easy one. It's Michigan on the road going up against Oklahoma. I think that's going to be the big one this coming weekend. I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be Bryce Underwood's first start on the road at a perennial power blue blood program going at Michigan, going up against another blue blood in Oklahoma. It's going to be must see TV.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's a very big one. And one more note. Lenore Sellers balled out, y'all. So we on Lenore Sellers watch.
Bro, that guy's a problem.
I'm telling you. All right, let's jump into one that's gonna bother me, but we'll get through it.
Now this one's wild. The Micah Parsons trade might be the biggest defensive shakeup we've seen in years. Here's the real question. Which team actually came out ahead? Dallas or Green Bay?
Yeah.
Bro, you got the floor, dog. Let me.
Man, dude, this one was tough because obviously, we went through the whole Luka situation, and that, like, it was one of them situations where I was just like hoping that it was a bad dream, and maybe somebody hacked somebody's phone, all of those sorts of things. But it's like, nah, it's the truth. With this one was more contentious. It wasn't as sudden, and while on one hand, Michael Parsons is one of the best defensive players in the league. But on the other hand, he's about to get paid $40-some-odd million. And when we had him, we couldn't stop the run. We were the worst team in the entire league at stopping the run, which was the major problem with our defense, stopping the run. And that's with him. Without him, that doesn't mean we're going to be able to stop the run necessarily, but we did replace him with Kenny Clark, who is a defensive tackle that should help, is a lot cheaper. We did save some money. We got 2 picks. If I'm looking at the bright side, if we had some luck and maybe Jerry Jones accidentally does the right thing, maybe things will work out. But like when it comes down to it, like I feel like I didn't really have high hopes going into this year anyway, and this really doesn't change anything. I didn't think it was gonna be good anyway. So like, it sucks to lose somebody of his caliber, but I feel like maybe they can do something with the money, and there's a possibility there at the least. I'm looking at it glass half full. That's the only way I can look at it.
Okay. So I think Green Bay definitely won this trade. I think that goes without question. You got an opportunity to add one of the best defensive players in the NFL to your team. It's an upgrade, point blank. And then you put him on such a young roster that's got talent everywhere. Like Green Bay is going to be a perennial team for the next few years now. Everybody's staying injury free and all of that. But on the Dallas side, man, what was baffling to me is like they could have ended this last year and could have signed Micah Parsons, and then and then a week after you sign, you trade him, then you sign your DB and you overpay him. I mean, I don't know. Like it's a very strange position to be in, because it's kind of like what happened with Dak, where they waited so long to re-sign him, and then now you got to give him way more money, just because if you don't, he's out the door, or you got to trade him. But it's and then with Micah, man, this situation could have been done a while ago. But it's tough though.
Yeah, it is really tough. But I don't know. Like I definitely think the Green Bay has pushed themselves into, the upper echelon of the NFC with adding Micah, and the fact that they don't have to pay a top 5 wide receiver, Jordan Love is not at the price point of Dak, so those two things kind of hold you down or hold you back. So Green Bay had the money to spend, so it works out for them, and I definitely think that they're going to challenge the Lions. I see Grimy saying that the Lions will still win the North. Man, I think it's going to be very tough. It's going to be tough. And if JJ McCarthy gets his thing together, the Vikings have a pretty nice roster as well. So
bro, have you been seeing them videos on McCarthy? I don't know, dog. I don't know. I think it's been looking kind of shaky. I think them getting rid of Sam Darnold a bit early is not going to be a good look. But who knows? I could be wrong. I definitely. Like, I think they should have kept him for at minimum another year, especially the way he was playing. He was like getting MVP talk for a little part of the season.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. That was weird. And I think he about to go over to Seattle and kind of regress. That's what I think. I don't think he's going to ball out. I mean, I think that it helps from Sam Darnold having one of the 2 top receivers in the league in Justin Jefferson. So, I mean, and you got Jordan Addison. Like, he had weapons. He goes over there and he doesn't have that level of weapons. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba is good, but he's not Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
So, that's going to be interesting. I don't think that JJ McCarthy's not going to, I don't think he's going to come and just light it up. He just can't come and mess it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just like what Grimy said too, those 2 number ones, they're gonna be in the 20s. They're not gonna be in the 10s because Green Bay they're gonna win games.
They are. I mean, I guess the reason that I even look at it this way is because I just didn't really feel like we had a lot of hope or anything moving before. And even if we have bad currency, at least we have some currency.
Hey, you keeping the faith over there. I like it. It. You keeping the faith.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's tough. It's a tough situation, but I do think the Green Bay is gonna ball, and I think that I expect them to be challenging the Lions, the Eagles for the NFC Championship. I expect them to be there. I really do. We'll see. All right, let's go to this next one. I think we'll have a lot to talk about on this one.
Then we've got the UFC 322 announcements. Dana White just dropped a November card at Madison Square Garden that's already looking like a blockbuster. Out of all the fights announced, which one feels the most impactful?
All right, so that's a very interesting question. Which fight do you think is going to be the most impactful out of the fights that were announced for UFC 322?
So, I mean, I'm not going to take the obvious choice. I'll go off the beaten path with this one. I think just for the culture, the co-main means a lot just to women's MMA. And I think the year women's MMA has had in 2025, this has probably been the best year of women's MMA as far as like the quality of the fights all year has been really good. And I'm glad we're finally getting to see the Weili Valentina fight. Like I've been wanting it for a while, just for just to find out. Like Weili definitely has earned the right to see if she can become a 2-division champ. Valentina is the queen at flyweight, is the one of 2 only champions there. So I'm very much looking forward to it. I always enjoy Weili's fight, so I think that's going to be phenomenal. But I'll leave a lot on the bone for you for your pick.
I mean, I was actually going to say that the Zhang Weili Valentina Shevchenko fight is the most impactful, because if I'm comparing it to like the Della, Maddalena, and Islam Makhachev fight, I think that you got one all-time great in that fight. We don't know what JDM is going to end up being, but we know that Islam is all-time great. But in this fight, in Valentina and Zhang Weili, that's 2 all-time greats, like out the gate, like it. And this is a massive legacy fight. So I would say that this one is more impactful. Now, the funnest fight on the card might definitely be Carlos Prates against Leon Edwards. I think that might be the funnest fight on the card. I don't think that there's any way that Leon comes out there and just stands around. Like,
really
make him fight. I think he's going to make him fight.
I mean, I hear you, but man, Leon, we already know, dog. Leon faced a little bit of adversity, dog. Like he starts to crumble, and the body language is just so bad.
It is.
But outside of that, man, I'm really looking forward to the main event just because I think this fight is going to be a lot tougher for Islam than what a lot of people realize. I think JDM is going to give him a tough night out the office, especially when you think about the Dustin Poirier Islam fight on how tough it was. Even though I had Islam up 3 rounds to 1 going into round 5 of that fight, and to me he had the fight won. But seeing Dustin defend the takedown attempts, mixing up in boxing range, now he's going up facing a bigger guy, a little bit more power. Probably a little bit better takedown defense, because the takedown defense looked really good against Bilal. The scrambles look on point. He's going to be training with Craig Jones this entire camp. JDM's going to be ready. And I mean, the grappling, he is definitely going to be prepared. And we might get another fight that kind of looks like Islam Vote 1.
You know what, man? I mean, I haven't, settled on my pick, but dude, I'm leaning really hard towards JDM, dude. Like, I really am. Which for Islam kind of sucks a little bit, because if let's say he loses this fight, right? And a lot of people before this have looked at Islam like, I think that he overtook Habib. People have said that. If he loses this fight, do you know that people are going to walk that back, even though it's in a different weight class completely? And it's crazy how he's going to get penalized for daring to be great and falling short. I mean, I can see it already. I can already see it.
So since you bring that up, I'm a pose something else, and it's a little bit of a curveball. Let's say Islam wins. Who would you want to see him fight next? If he were to win, who would you want to see him fight?
You're doing this for your boy.
I'm just curious, though. I'm personally just curious who you would want to see him fight next. That's all I want to know.
Well, I would want to see. It's tough, man. It's tough. I do want to see him fight Ilia Topuria. I do. But I don't want to see Ilia Topuria at welterweight getting that shot. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because it's not right. It's not right.
True. But on the flip side, like I don't think Islam goes back to 55 if he wins.
I don't think so.
Exactly. So that's the only way it's gonna happen is if he loses, which will diminish the fight, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. Come on, Matua. I mean, I could see it. I could see that fight, but I mean, I haven't thought about welterweight. Let me see. Look at these rankings.
Because I saw somebody on the internet throw a name out there, and I was like, "Whoa, that's way out of left field." What if Islam wins and Hamzat goes down to 170?
It's possible. It's possible. He said that he can still make the weight.
Yeah, that's what he said.
You also got Shevchenko.
Mm-hmm. I think personally, of the guys currently in 170, I think Shevchenko is the toughest fight for anybody in the division. I don't care who you are. I think Shevchenko is the toughest fight for everybody. Just so well rounded, man. Jay Beers, take it easy on me, bro. It's been a rough few days, brother. It's been a rough few days. I still love you though, Jay Beers. It's all good, man. It's all good.
Man, yeah, there it is. I don't know.
You gotta highlight the comment.
I just want to make sure everybody saw it.
It'd be your own people, dog. It'd be your own people.
Islam versus Shevchenko sounds wonderful. It does, man. That's a big fight. That's a big fight to me, I think. You got Islam versus Shevchenko. Let's say Carlos Prates knocks out Leon Edwards. Then now his name's going to start to surface a little bit more. Even though I don't think he should jump Ian Gary or anything like that. But, if Ian's got other things going on, it could happen. Could happen. There's fights. There's fights there. There's fights at welterweight for Islam if he wins. But if he loses, I could definitely see him going back down. And it loses some luster from the fight, but I could see him going back down and fighting Ilia. Were they letting you have it?
Man, they let me have it. Hey, but I love it though. It's all in good fun, man.
Wait, who's Jay Beers? Who's his team?
BYU.
Oh, that's right. He got a wire right
there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Grimy was all over me on Saturday, man. He was all over me. Was hitting me up on Discord and everything. All over me, man.
Yeah, that's foul. Okay. What other fights did he announce? Did he announce only 322 fights?
I'm pretty sure. I think Vernon Jandaroba and Mackenzie Dern got added to 321.
Okay. So with Weili vacating her belt, what do you think about that fight? Do you think that that's the right fight to make? I mean, obviously Verna, but do you think that Mackenzie should have been the one fighting Verna for the belt?
I'm gonna have to pull those rankings up real quick. Verna definitely, without question, she was the number one contender in my opinion. So we go to that. Tatiana Suarez coming off the loss. Yan Xiaonan, who did she just fight? Could have sworn she fought not too long ago. Yeah, she lost to Verna. She lost to Verna. So she couldn't be in there. Amanda Lemos just lost. So yeah, Mackenzie Dern makes sense. It was either her or Lupe Godinez, one of those two. And I think with the fanfare that Mackenzie Dern has, I think it was an easy choice for the UFC to put her in there.
Yeah, definitely agree with that. And if she does win, like, oh my God, we're about to get all kinds of Mackenzie Dern. Everything. Yeah. But do you think that she can do it? I don't know, man. I expect the odds to be very, very, very Verna friendly.
I mean, personally, I think this is the best matchup for Mackenzie Dern. Really, like she's going to fight a fighter that wants to fight her fight. So I think for Mackenzie Dern, this is a way better matchup than her fighting Weili, for sure.
Ooh, yeah.
So I mean, we just gonna see a lot of grappling. We're gonna see who's got the best wrestling and Brazilian jiu-jitsu in this fight, because I don't see this fight being on the feet very long. Verna wants to get it to the ground. Mackenzie Dern wants to get it to the ground, and we're just gonna see 25 minutes of grappling.
Maybe, but I don't know. I mean, I hope Mackenzie wins. I think it'll be interesting for the division, but
You see what Grimy said?
Yeah. Grimy talking about Verna has one eye on her opponent and one on the belt. She wins.
Bro, I saw somebody on I think it was either Instagram or X had a picture of Verna Jandiroba, and they had her outline, and then they had the face of the dude from I think he's from Waterboy.
Dude, yes, I did see.
You saw it?
Yeah.
Bro, I was so weak, dog.
They're gonna have fun with this. If Dern and Verna look like Mavzar versus Aljo, then we're in for a really good fight, because that was
I thoroughly enjoyed Mavzar Aljo. I hope that's exactly what it's like all the reversals, somebody's on top, then there's a sweep, and it's just all the scrambles. Like I would personally love to see that kind of fight.
I would too. What was I going? We were talking about Zhang Weili and Valentina Shevchenko, and I know we're way ahead of time, but like, what are your first thoughts going into that fight?
Of which one, Verna Mackenzie?
No, Valentina Shevchenko.
Oh, Valentina and Weili. So I think in that one, like I really like both ladies. Really like both ladies. I'm Weili was like, I remember watching that Weili fight with her and Joanna, the first one, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I've been team Weili. I think Valentina's size might give her a little bit of some problems, just because in Valentina's latest fights, man, she's just been grappling so much. But I will say this. Seeing what Weili did against Tatiana Suarez makes me think she's gonna be able to hold her on. And I personally want to see Weili pull it off. Even like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think there's any losers in this matchup, because I just like both ladies. And I think the fans are gonna win. I think we're gonna get a really good fight.
Yeah, I think I actually favor Zhang Weili in this fight. Only because of Valentina's change in her fighting style. She's just not as aggressive. She's a little bit safer, which I can understand. And she's lost some of her speed on her striking. And I feel like Zhang Weili is like right in her prime. So I think that I favor Zhang Weili. I'm curious who's going to be the underdog in this. Have you looked at that already?
I haven't looked at the spread, but I am very much looking at, like, I've been talking about this one for months. I hope they made this fight.
I mean, shoot, when I did that video about Amanda Nunes and Kayla, yeah, I talked about this fight in that.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's that big of a fight, because this fight affects all the divisions.
Yep.
Because if Valentina wins, then that stops anything coming up.
Yep.
The only thing that she can do is go up. If you want to make something interesting, she can retire. She'll need to do anything. She could go up.
Bro, there is a number one contender at flyweight that is like looks good, bro. Silva?
Yeah, of course.
Bro, like I think whoever wins the super fight, I think Silva is gonna give them all they want.
Yeah, I agree with that, because she got some submission game that she doesn't really show that much.
And the footwork and the movement, I think, will give anybody a tough night.
Yeah, I'm very high on Natalia Silva, but Yeah, I think that fight. I still favor Zhang Weili just because of the age and the way the Valentina fights now is just different. I don't really like it.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't know. Um, UFC Paris. What are your thoughts going into UFC Paris? Obviously, we got the Nassourdine Imavov versus Borralho fight.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what stands out to you? What's intriguing going into that matchup or into that event?
So for me going in, like we lost the fight I was really looking forward to, the Faraz ZM Cal Fernandez fight. I was very much looking forward to that. But with that being said, the one for me is Benoit Saint Denis versus Mauricio Rufy.
Yeah.
I think Rufy is one of those guys, like, has the potential where his style can match up very well with Ilia Topuria, and the fight will be electric, will be a lot of fun. And hopefully, he can keep this momentum he's on, because having the highlight reel KO against Bobby Green can definitely, gave him that momentum. If he can keep it going, get another finish, and now we can have, a new shining contender at lightweight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. No, I definitely agree with that. And I've said a ton of times that Mauricio Rufy is my favorite fighting nerd. I just like his style. It's the featherweight style of Conor McGregor. It's very similar. The way that he moves, the way his stance is, and the way that he's opportunistic with his strikes. He's flashy, but it's not without substance. Like he lands these shots. He sets these shots up. He's not just throwing crazy stuff like Michelle Pajeda or something. He's actually setting them up and doing them and practicing them. So like and I agree, like him against Ilia Topuria one day, gosh. Massive.
We'll feed families, bro.
Yes. Yes. Wait a minute. Hold on. Do you see this?
I did see that.
Round 3.
I did see that.
So, okay, when we talk about Mauricio Rufy, the fight that I feel like was the most difficult for him was the James Lontop fight. And Lontop, he was just a bigger guy. He was bigger. He could take a lot of that punishment, and he did use a little bit of grappling. Do you think that BSD is going to use that same type of playbook to try to stifle Mauricio Rufy?
100%. He's gonna have to. If BSD just wants to play around on the feet, he's gonna get knocked out. Like, he's too irresponsible defensively to just want to strike with Rufy. Rufy gonna pick him apart. Like, BSD is gonna try to come out with that pressure, get Rufy backing up a little bit, and then try and shoot that takedown up against the cage, get him in the clinch, try and get him down on the ground, control him a little bit, slow him down. And I think that's 100% going to be the game plan for BSD. But if Rufy can keep it on the feet, I think he'll finish BSD, just because he's just so irresponsible defensively.
Yeah. Yep. Totally agree with that. I think that he's definitely going to be shooting irresponsibly for takedowns. Might get kneed in the face. One more thing on this before we kind of pop out of here. The main event. Nassourdine Imavov, Borralho. I mean, definitely a number 1 contender fight, I would say. How do you think this plays out?
I think it's really just going to be a chess match. I think both guys match up very well. Both of them very well rounded. I think Borralho's grappling is probably a little bit better, and I mean just a little bit better. I think on the feet, Imavov is a little bit better. So I think Borralho's gas tank is a little better than Imavov's. So it's going to be interesting. And just like Grimy said, BSD going to have staff. I mean, that's kind of a given at this point. But back to Imavov, Borralho. I think it's going to be a phenomenal fight. I don't think either guy will get a finish. I think we're going to see this going into the 5th round, and I think this is going to be a very close decision. Like, I can see it being a split or like 3 rounds or 2, but I think this is going to be a very competitive fight. And early on, I'm actually going to be curious to see who leads the dance, because I think they both know what's on the line, a title shot, and I don't think either one of them is going to want to make that big mistake early in the fight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm definitely leaning Borralho, and I don't really know why. I mean, because it's not by much. I just feel like he might be a little bit smarter when things start to get into the deeper rounds. Like, I'm kind of taking that from the way that he fought Jared Cannonier. His octagon intelligence, the way that he's kind of leads that team, the Fighting Nerds. I'm just thinking that he's going to be the one that's more focused in the fight once the fight gets that close to the end in the 4th and the 5th. But it's purely a guess, because Imavov has done some amazing things. I mean, what he did to Izzy, and then actually I went back and watched him against Joaquin Buckley. Dude, that was such a good fight. But his ability to absorb that punishment and do what he needed to do to win, like, he definitely impressed me. But I think that he just slightly edges him towards the end. But I agree. I don't see a finish in this fight from either one of them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be way too competitive. Way too competitive. Like, I can see one of them hurting the other one, but they can't get him out of there because Borralho's super tough dude. And if he starts getting hit on the feet, Borralho going to shoot that single leg 100%. Like, you can see his fight IQ when, like, the other guy's starting to have some success on the feet. He don't play around. He's like, all right, let me shoot this takedown, slow the tempo of this fight down a little bit. And Imavov has just only gotten better and better and better since being in the UFC. Like, and I think it's phenomenal matchmaking. Both guys deserve this opportunity, main event in Paris. Probably the best crowd in any place the UFC goes. Like, the Paris crowd is always phenomenal. I love it when they sing the national anthem in unison. I think that's dope. Yeah. And I think we're going to get a great main event. And by the way, the card starts a little early this weekend.
Oh, it does?
Yep. I think it starts at noon Eastern.
Oh, okay. That's nice. That's not bad. So we actually have a Saturday night. That's cool. Okay. That's a good reminder, because I sure would have forgot. I would have missed half the prelims.
Yeah, I have it going with some football.
Yeah. Double screen it. One more fight that I want to talk about really, really quick is the Pitbull, Patricio Pitbull against Losing Quieta. Like, what do you think about that one? I mean, I don't know if you know about that dude or if you've researched him yet.
So, exciting striker. I think he was like a double champ. And I mean, when you see double champions come into UFC in another organization, like, your eyes gonna open up. I mean, RDR was a double champ, and we see what he's done in the UFC. Like, I think it's a good matchup for him. Patricio Pitbull coming off his first win in the UFC. Veteran guy, a little longer in the tooth. And now, we got this young lion coming in the UFC. I'm looking forward to see what he does, and hopefully the bright lights aren't going to be too bright, and he shows up and shows out.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm curious how I think that Pitbull is going to start to settle even more into being in the UFC. I mean, he got the victory or whatnot, and now he can really start to settle into being a contender. I still think he's small for the weight class, oddly, but I mean, I won't say that they're giving him a layup, and he's actually the underdog in this fight. But I think that he settles in, makes it an interesting fight. But I hope that there's some chaos. I hope that dude comes in and knocks him out. Just 'cause it's crazy.
Yeah, I would. I mean, hey, we definitely want to see somebody come in and make a big time splash in the division. And I mean, at featherweight, now is a great time to be entering that division because it's starting to turn over. Like no more Max Holloway, no more Ilya Topuria. Volk probably ain't gonna be around too much longer, man. It's prime time for this division to get new contenders.
Yeah, I agree. Let me address this really quick before we jump off here, though. What's going on with the Dodgers? They have been struggling, man. They've been struggling. I think the bullpen is just overworked, man, and they've been relying on trying to get a lot of run support, and it just ain't been coming through, man. We in the dog days right now, so it's tough. I think that they'll be all right, though. I think they'll be okay, but they got these other teams, the Padres, and I'm putting a lot of pressure on them, a lot of pressure. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get to the playoffs. Dodgers will be there. Rangers won't, but the Dodgers will. Yeah. But anyway, before we jump off of here, anything you want to plug? I know you got some. Well, you put out your stuff already.
Yeah. I put my video out for UFC Paris already. I will be back in a couple hours to do the watch along for Dana White's Contender Series tonight. So everybody in the chat, I know all of y'all gonna be watching Dana White's Contender Series. Pull up on YouTube, come chop it up. We're gonna have a good time. There's gonna be some bangers on Dana White's Contender Series tonight. Come chop it up with your boy again. And that's pretty much what I got going on. And later in the week, we'll see. I haven't really decided on later in the week what all I'm if I'm gonna stream some more, but I may, just kind of depends.
Yeah. So I dropped the first slide ranking for the flyweights that I did with Spencer Kite. He's a writer for the UFC. That one was cool.
I was watching that at work, by the way. I was watching it at work today.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. So I'm dropping the bantamweights later this week. I did the bantamweight slide rankings with Yao from Kick 'Em in the Head podcast, that YouTube channel. Go follow him. So y'all make sure y'all check out these slide rankings as I put them out. And also I got something else that I'm cooking up that I'm gonna put out in the next couple of weeks. So y'all be checking for that. But also we will be doing Crosswalk on Tuesdays about this time. So I think this works. Hopefully it continues to work.
Hopefully, I hope so, brother. Like I thoroughly enjoy this stream, dog. This is one of my favorite ones, dog. We get to talk about everything. We just get to chop it up, man. You can't beat this.
Yeah, it makes it a lot easier. Just talk about a lot of stuff. So y'all make sure y'all tapping back in with Crossover on later tonight for Dana White's Contender Series. And of course, I'll be in the chat. If not on there, if my kids aren't crazy, we'll see. But yeah, man. Until next time.
Peace.
Thanks for watching Crosswalk. Make sure to come back next Tuesday to chop it up.
So please, whatever.